Alright, so how you all doing, boys? Hope you're doing well. Now in today's video, back with what will probably be the final Christmas Awakening LILLIA showcase. For the time being, I just really haven't thought of any other teams for her. And with the fact that she is kind of, with the Holy Relic being the main reason she is so good, stuck with Kyo. If you guys don't know what the Holy Relic does, it's extra damage, I believe. We'll actually have a read. Increases the hero's basic stats by 10% for every debuff effect on the enemy. So obviously having Kyo besides her with the free ignites is huge value, but we'll quickly run over her skills. The first card here inflicts flood damage equal to 500% of attack on one enemy. The second card inflicts damage equal to 180% of attack on all enemies and depletes 2 ultimate move gauge orbs at the end of every turn for 2 turns. The ultimate here removes buffs from all enemies and inflicts damage equal to 350% of attack. And last but not least, the passive, which a little bit of a letdown of a passive. They definitely could have done a little bit better. I feel like when they release these 7 catastrophe characters and they make the passives restricted to the 7 catastrophes, they're not really the bestest of units. But when Ally from the 7 catastrophe uses a single target skill, it deals damage equal to 10% of the hero's max HP. If using an all target skill, it deals additional damage to 7% of max HP. Not something you're going to really be able to notice a whole lot in play. The equipment here, we are rocking the attack crit damage set. Although if you wanted to build her to be as viable as possible, I definitely recommend the HP defense or HP crit. Will be a little bit less damage, but due to the fact she has the flood card, you'll still be getting some really good damage out of her. And jumping over to the closet here, pretty much all the costumes you can get for the moment. I didn't originally spend money on the game when she first came out, so I might be missing some of the pay-to-play costumes, but this is the thing we're using today. Been a hot minute since I've used the Yagami as well. And let's jump right into it. Here we go, and first opponent, an Elizabeth King team, really? It has been, I feel like especially with the release of King, although he has made like a whole bunch of units more viable, I just feel like Elizabeth isn't one of them. Like, Elizabeth has had such a fall from grace, and I'm so glad. I know I actually talked about this in one of the more recent videos as well. Having Elizabeth not meta is just the greatest feeling, although it is annoying that, King survived that first turn cost she exists. It's just great that you don't have to deal with her in every match. So especially when way back just past year 1 when Lost Fan released and then she released to kind of counter him, people would just run them together and it was the most obnoxious thing ever. Is he gonna get double shields here or is it gonna be... Actually keen to see, I'm never actually seen someone run King and Elizabeth. Just due to the fact of... That is a lot, He's back to full health, really? Okay, well, we're gonna go for this here. Hopefully we can break the 2 shields. Actually, is that 2 shields? It's only showing the King one. Yeah, okay, so it's just the King shield. Don't know why you'd use the Elizabeth then. And yeah, with Christmas Awakening LILLIA just being absolutely cracked, easy 1-taps there. Unfortunately, no more cards. I would have liked to have erased the Elizabeth as well. This team is such an offensive team. There's pretty much no protection. Probably would be smart. We did run her alongside the King in one of the more recent videos. Real good team. You just don't really have any room. You could probably run actually a go through and maybe try and get some 3-star flood cards, which who knows, I might actually end up trying out, but at the moment this is the team we're rocking. Throwing out these 2 cards here and we will go into the next match. This AoE card as well can get some pretty good damage as well. Chucking that co-destruction card out for the easy 1-tap on Gotha and on to the next match. Second opponent time and a lolly team. We did we use this in the... Who was it? We definitely used the Amelia and Jack of Light Gotha in one of the last showcases. Fairly good card draw here as well. I really want the Jack of Light Gotha dead. In saying that though, not getting a whole bunch of use out of the Jack of Light card. I think I might just go for this regardless. However, the Lolly Melon, I do actually still have to do a showcase for the costume they, released for this tuxedo one he's using here. Real big fan of all the 2.5 anniversary. Although we were just, shit-talking Elizabeth and how I'm not a big fan of her. Her costume is really good, especially with one of the original UR costume set hairs for her, where it's kind of the curl, more wavy hair. Real big fan of that costume. I believe I have all of the costumes already. I had trouble finding the Gotha one because I know Gotha pretty much already had a tuxedo costume. Maybe it hasn't been released yet. I'm not totally sure. Let's see though. Not freezing the LILLIA. Bit of a dumb decision on his behalf. We'll go 1, 2, and that should just about kill her there. And then with that, only having to worry about the Lolly Melon should be a pretty easy match. I swear that was hitting so much more. I think maybe it was when we were running her alongside the Excalibur Arthur, she was hitting good damage, which, if you were wanting to run this Awakening LILLIA in the most viable team possible, I would probably say it is the, LILLIA, Kyo, and Excalibur Arthur with like the Zeldris in the back would probably be your best bet. Granted, the King one is probably a really viable option as well, just due to the fact that King is so insanely strong, and the shield is just a little bit better than the Nameless Dance card. It's having protection. AoE cards at the moment are just running rampant. Like AoE cards and AoE ultimates have pretty much always been, or I wouldn't say always been the meta. There's definitely been parts where like single target cards have been, and like ultimates at the moment, like Barn, King, all that kind of stuff, definitely the like kind of strongest teams you can run. With that though, yeah, just another super easy win. So, I mean, could we maybe get a flawless video? Super long loading time on this one, and hoping we don't, oh yeah, I was gonna say hoping we don't get out CC'd. This is pretty much just an instant loss for us, but do I actually have a party coming up in like an hour or so, so trying to quickly squeeze this one out in the meantime, so there's a video for tomorrow. I was absolutely devastated that one time. I think it was like it was probably around like a month ago. It was like the first day, I think in like months of like my channel, that I actually missed an upload. And yeah, there was no way of winning that, goddamn. I'm not gonna let it happen again, I promise, guys. I honestly can't even remember why that did happen, why we missed out on the upload, but I mean, yeah, like I said, not gonna happen again. Let's see if we could get the extra ignite to go on the King. That would have been nice. 1, 2, and 3. But no, the amount of growth and like just everything on the channel, the amount of appreciation towards the videos have been absolutely great. Thank you guys so much. Real close to the 600 subs. I believe at the point of recording this video, we were on 567, which, I mean, 1,000 was nowhere like by any means a goal for the end of the year, but to be finishing the year on almost 600, like that's more than I could have ever imagined, that's for sure. Also, Kyo in the back. I suppose if Elizabeth dies, that's probably your best bet, yeah. I still really want to try this team. Like, if you're not using a kind of team that I'm using right now, which is like a bursty single target spam team, definitely really good option. I do believe one of the like top 3 players on global was using this team for the season, so we might give it a shot. Probably be next day's videos or something along those lines. We'll throw this out. The Elizabeth, I believe it's just removes all debuffs and full heals. Am I correct? Yeah, okay. Getting a go through ultimate there. I mean, even at 6-6, the default go through ultimate isn't nothing scary. Just like the Jack of Light go through, it's more of like a viability thing, removing the ult gauge, so don't really have to worry about damage. That attack disabler though is so annoying. Like, once we get a character, like we've got the True Seeker Mel in the blue one that has like the attack disable built in as part of her passive and attacking. Once we get a unit that can like cleanse at like 2 or 3 attacks, that is going to be so crazy. Probably more 2, that way, you can actually use the 2 cards, cleanse, and then use like an ultimate or something on a character. Well, not so much an ultimate because it's attack disable, but you get what I mean. It's going to be like power creeps happening oh so fast. And I always forget that we're 2.5 years into Grand Cross. Like, I still remember when the JP version started. That seems like so long ago now. And final opponent time, we get the rematch as well. I think this is just going to be, come on, surely he forfeits, right? Surely he knows. I mean, we even know he has the evasion food now, so he can kind of play that one out with the Kyo single target. Surely, man, right? Like, I'm surprised he didn't forfeit last match as well. I'm not saying that like he didn't stand a chance or anything, but the King's dead. Like, you can't win a match with Kyo as your main DPS, especially nowadays. Like, with how insane some unit substats have been, Kyo has just had once again, just like Elizabeth, a fall from grace, to say the least. I made him, to think I made him an attack crit set, and like at the time that was his best set, is absolutely like unbelievable. Now you'd be so much better going like a HP defense, or even like, I'm not sure how it would go, I've never actually seen anyone use it, like a HP crit resistance set would probably even be better as well. Just anything but attack crit damage, even like attack defense, which would be so much better. He just gets absolutely clapped up by Escanors. Once again, another easy win against this opponent. Surely, right, we can get a forfeit to wrap up the video would be nice. Please? Ah, well, that's right. Let's just wrap up the video. There we go, and that just about does it for today's video. I mean, I feel as if, though, Christmas Awakened LILLIA, as long as you can run her on like a debuff kind of team, she can do some real hard carrying. Like maybe on some, even, teams that, something like an Assault Meliodas team where it gives the defense down debuffs. Obviously, not giving as much as the Kyo, and you're not able to like instantly max out the Holy Relic turn 1. But I mean, I feel like she definitely needs it. Like, Her without the Holy Relic, from what I've heard, is just a straight downgrade. But I mean, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please hit the like button, subscribe. Really means a lot to me, and I'll see you guys for some more Grand Cross content.